So, hey, this is the second part of me bitching about the Death Note movie. Um, Speaking of bitching, one of the things that I don't like about this movie is how it abuses the curse words. And mind you, I'm not a prude, I say a lot of curse words. But the thing about using language in your R-rated movie is that language has an effect on people, which apparently the people that created this movie don't know. When you say fuck or shit, you want it to mean something, not just to enter like, oh, blah 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 blah. And Light and everyone just keeps saying it. You know, for everything, Light is like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Shut the fuck up, you motherfucker. Like, he just keeps saying it. And he just comes as a very whiny kid. It does remove a lot of his character. The original Light was a very controlled person. He was very formal. Like I said, he was very vain and arrogant. So he would never say like curse words or anything. He was actually very kind. And that was why he was so evil, because he looked really, really kind. And that's why when he exploded, he looked scary, because usually he was so calm. And in here, you don't get that, because he's cursing all the time. And the girlfriend as well. She does say it's one thing at the end, but it's like super pointless, and like super stupid, and I'll say it at that point. So the actual story. The story does kind of follow the anime, more or less, which is that they find the book, they start killing people, the police discovers them, they try to catch them, and then stuff goes down. One of the things I didn't like was the starting incident. The starting incident in the show was that Light was sick of injustice and delinquents and criminals in the world. And here, it's a white boy in high school in suburbia. He doesn't like bullies. Freaking bullies! Yes. Like, bullying, it's a very harsh issue. But right now, especially the way that the United States is, they have like a zero bully tolerance. And they're acting like in school, the professors are like, oh, well, we don't care about bullies. No. Everyone knows that right now, one of the easiest things to get punished by is by being a bully. Everyone hates bullies. Why would bullies in this world wouldn't go punished? And then he sees like a girl being bullied, and he gets to Death Note, and he kills a bully. Like, you did something way worse. Like, the guy was just like using grabbing her backpack and like putting her books on the ground. Yes, mind you, that's not nice, but he killed him over that. In the original show, the reason that he killed someone is because some guys were sexually harassing a girl. They were like pretty much trying, maybe they could have raped her. So he's like, no, I won't stand this, and he kills them. And he was like, oh, they're putting her books on the ground, damn it. Ah, shit, he lost his head. Like, it was like, it escalated really quickly for no reason. And then he talks with the girlfriend, and they get together because like they get high on the fact that they can kill people, and like in a matter of weeks they develop the religion of Kira. And it makes no sense, because again, the religion in the first one, it takes years. He kills thousands of people, and here he kills like 400 people, and all of a sudden he's like, oh hail Kira, he's our god. He's a meme. Like the fame that he gets is the fame that a meme gets. Everyone is like, dude, did you see the new meme of Kira? He kills someone. It's stupid. Also, another change that they didn't hear that's stupid is that the Death Note has like 1,000 rules, which makes no sense. In the original, they had like 10 rules, and all the rules were like useful rules that you knew as an audience member. You were like, oh, if your name is on the Death Note, you die. You have so much time to write the details. If this and that's happened with the Death Note, if your name is on the Death Note, you can never erase it, like stuff like that was used throughout the entire anime, and you knew all the rules. And here they're like, well, there's like 100 rules, and we don't know what to do with them. And they have this really stupid rule where it's like, okay, you have 7 days to write on it, or Ryuk will take it away. And it's like, why? What was the purpose of that? And they also have this really contrived rule. Stupidest thing ever. And the only reason why that rule is because they wrote themselves into a corner and they didn't know how to end the story, and they needed that rule. So the rule is that you can write your name or someone's name, and then you can turn the page, burn it, and then you don't die. But you have to burn it, and you only get one time to do this. You only get one page for each death note. And it's like, what? Why one page? Why one person? Like, this makes no sense. They don't explain it. They're just like, no, you have one chance. And they need that rule because otherwise the movie doesn't work. It's stupid as hell. So anyways, they're starting to become both drunk with power, Mia and Light. And Mia, like I said, she's like the evil one. She wants to go all out. She wants to kill everyone. Not only the bad people, but the people that also get in their way. And Light's like, no, chill. Let's just kill the bad ones. And so all of a sudden, a lot of FBI agents die. And it looks like she did it, but the movie tries to tell you that it was Ryuk. And then you get to the middle of the movie and a lot of nothing has happened. Like Light and Elle don't really have, like, I don't know, they're not frenemies, they're not enemies, they have no chemistry at all when they are the most important characters. And you can tell that this movie didn't care shit about Elle. They were like, oh, we got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. This is the most important piece of our movie, which is, again, fine. But then you get to the middle of the movie. And believe it or not, this is when shit hits the fan. This is when it gets really, really stupid and bad. So, I guess, I hate saying this, but in the show, the most important part was your name. Because your name was the thing that they could destroy you. So everyone had an alias. And in here, they're saying their names at all times. They're talking about it at all times. Like, Elle is always on the street. The dad talks with Light about details of the case. They're always giving information to each other. They look super sloppy. And so Elle has a butler or a handler. And in the series, he had an alias because Elle was like, okay, no one gives their real name to nobody. And I don't want to know your names, you don't want to know mine. Everyone had an alias. And in here, the handler doesn't. He's just like, oh yeah, that's Watari, he's my handler, he knows my name. Well, he doesn't, but he knows where to get it. And it's like, why doesn't he have an alias? And Light decides to kill Watari. And then we get to the scene where Elle goes completely crazy. She's like, where's Watari? And then he loses his shit against Light. He goes to his house and he's like, I'm gonna destroy you. And it becomes very American all of a sudden. It becomes The Fugitive. And so they're trying to tell us that this kid, Light, is really smart. He's so smart that he left the death note inside the house. No. No. And then we go to our climax. We're in a movie that is an American movie taking place in a high school in suburbia, and our protagonist is a couple. What is the most important event in movies like this? Prom! It ends in the prom! What has that note have to do with prom? They go to prom. So they go to prom. And Elle chases down Light. And Watari dies. And this is the only interesting part of this. So this is where the movie kind of reminded me of a sci-fi movie called Primer. So in Primer, you have a pair of friends that discover time travel. And even though they were very bright people, they weren't wise people. So they actually come this power falls into their hands, but they're so stupid that it eventually destroys them as people. Like they destroy pretty much the time continuum because they're so stupid. And it's kind of like this with Light and Mia. Like this power fell into their hands, and they were both so stupid that it pretty much destroyed them to the point where they're like in Ferris wheel discussing like, "Did you write my name? Did you write my name? Oh my God, you wrote my name!" And it's like it's a genuinely cool moment because like when they both realize that they're idiots, that they shouldn't have never meddled with this power, which is nice. It's a different lesson than the original Death Note. But then, so that weird rule that I was talking about. So Light, Deus Ex Machina, the living hell out of everything, because Mia wanted the book for her, and she was like, "Just give me the book, and I will be Kira, and I will rule over this, and we'll continue being lovers." And Light is like, "No, because this is destroying us." So he writes her name for like a really stupid reason, like, ugh. And she writes his name because she's like, I just did it to pressure you into giving me the book. If you give me the book, I will use that contrived rule and burn it, and you'll live. And Light manipulates the whole situation so that his page gets burned and Mia dies, and the Death Note ends up in his hands, which is like a really smart thing that the original Light would have done. But the thing is that this is the last 5 minutes of the movie. It's too little, too late. Like, they have gone an hour and a half telling us that this kid is pretty stupid, and all of a sudden he can manipulate people. It's like, no, it doesn't work like this. So yeah, overall, it's a train wreck. It's not a train wreck because it's an adaptation of a great anime, and it's treated like regular teen fiction. That's not why it's bad. It's bad because it's written badly. The story makes no sense. The rules make no sense. Like, if you have your handler, like the Watari thing really upsets me. If you have a handler that goes with you and you know that your name is really important, why wouldn't you give him an alias? If you know that privacy and keeping information to yourself is really important, why would you be with your girlfriend discussing these things in public? If your boss tells you to not discuss these things with everyone, why you as a cop will be discussing it with your son? Like, there's so many things in here that make no sense, that it's just a terrible movie. If you want to know, if you haven't seen Death Note but are interested in it but don't want to see the show, I recommend the Japanese movies. If you're interested, then interested in getting to know the story, then yes, see the anime. It's a really good story. I really, really like it, and I recommend it a lot. It's a great thriller, has a lot of interesting ideologies of good and evil, and it's just an overall great show. So, yeah, do not watch the Netflix movie. It's terrible. It's an hour and a half, and it felt like it lasted longer. So, don't see that. And it's the first time I talk about a movie, so I'd ramble a lot, but hope you enjoyed. And yeah, don't see Death Note on Netflix.